kibitumelo musole kubuha mazi mwangala Bulozi auri kumsa kayona miru patalaza kuzolera matoropo ya Mungu mu Bulozi kinako hapero mitazanga tukiso ya makande akonle kweza hala mahala aviki halutarimeni faritoho za makande bazamai ba 34 mu Mungu babanduka mwakozi hasamulaho ambasi bazama kayona kutumbuka mulilo sichaba sa Mungu sifitsa pizo ya zoropili kumweteleli hichilema NRPUP ilumela linepo zaliketisa mifitsa tumbo kumweteleli hichilema keleke inyaza mifirifili yali politiki mi ifitsa pizo ya kozo nitamahano makande amabiki kakutala mubaliki na Nathana kufuna wa mndila watu wa mashumi ya malalu ni babane babandukile kusina kuholofala ni hainyani hasamlaho wambasi nibazama kuyona kutumbuka mulilo mwaskiriti sa Mungu mwa Bulozi la perekelo 22 muyana selimosa 2026 iyo muhulo mapokola mwa Bulozi bo Godfrey Mwanza kibona babataleleze buniti wa kozi ye mibaize kuli kozi ye yeza halile kanako ya 10 o'clock ya kakusasani mwamkwakwa wa Presidential Avenue wozibahala kalibizo la Liambai Road Mwanza batalosize kuli mbasi ye ya nombolo ya AUB 4106 neza maiswa kibosi ya mbango mabote balilimo za kupepwa ze mashumi amalalo kaze silezi ili babasimuluha mamunzi wa nalionwa mwaskriti sakalabo mi neshimbile balumeli bakereke ya New Apostolic Church mi Mwanza baekeleze kutalosa kuli mapokola bakalisize kweza lipatisiso ili kuli kufumanehe buniti wakozi tunaye sichaba sespila mwaskiriti sa Mungu mwa Bulozi bafitize kupo kumweteleli hakainde hichilema kubonsa bwitumelo kwa kemelo yaba mufile mwaliketsa kakubona kuli watsa zoropili mbuwa mwaskiriti sichaba sibulera kuli ne bamubotezi kabungata bakensa kuli balumezi mwapono ya haye mibabata kuli aikeze kubusa ni kufeleleza misebezi ya zoropili yeo na tatekile mikachwale bakupakuli muso wiseze muhupulo kwa kutisa zoropili mwasikiriti sa Mungu kutalosa kuli mikwakwa nimi yaho yemingwi ichwalo ikona kuba kalolo yetu na hulu yekona kweziwa kimweteleli hichilema ili kamukwa wa kukutsa mazoho.
The call for development comes at a time when residents in Mongo say several infrastructure needs remain unattended to. For the residents, the issue is not only about promises, but seeing visible improvement in their communities through better roads, public facilities, and other development projects.
So since we've voted for them, they are now our leaders, especially on the ground. That's why we are now crying, so that at least they resume and do something from where they left in terms of development. Basically, on the roads, look at our roads here in Western Province in particular. They are very poor compared to some roads from different provinces. But since us, the Westerners and other provinces I might mention now or I might not mention, have caused our leaders to get back into power. So we are crying now for the development so that at least we can rejoice from the same development from what we've done.
President kwa Bulozi mwatanga kwa teni nasepa mwaziwadi maneke wa mamu kamba baka mitorokela ni muberekile mafulu education abona alile machembele bahola makwasha bahola kono kwa Western Province hakuna zoropili haiyo lwazama yanga lwabona zenji mwali bakazemwi kuna ni zoropili lwabona mafole ni mwali bakazemwi lwazama yanga zoropili lwaibona kwa Western Province hakuna zoropili chebo president falo mikutseleze pateni choele lubata kuli choele ni mina choele mobonise witumelo sina molwezeze kwa Western Province 47,000 kiale tisuposa kuli bwakainde lwa milata choele bwakainde ni mina mobonise latola mina utoka zoropili tahe ingeyenzi kwa bamu mayuti kwa Western Province hakuna misebezi haiyo choele mobone kuli muberekele pateni mikwakwa kima grave ofera kima grave ukafa koluka kima grave limota za unasori za sinyea twero kupa kole bwaka inde muberekere pateni
akakwa kuona wa president temkutela fa mwa 5 years mu kupula luli kupule bana bamina oli bamipotezi kana babayitutile kuna babasikayituta.
As government continues implementing its development programs, residents say they will be looking forward to seeing more projects taking shape on the ground. Reporting for Bulozi TV, Mary Matisana, Mongo, Western Province.
Kopano ya National Reconciliation Party for Unity and Prosperity NRPUP ya muhezi ni kulomela linepo zaliketisa zetu musizwe kikatengo kaliketisa kona ka Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ kakuswane mifitsi zetu mbwayayona kumweteleli hakaine hichilema mukokona kuzwa mbano maliketisa zana mwingelele za selimo saunomoha. Mwetelele wa Kopano ya NRPUP wo Ezra Tembo batarusereze babiba makande kuli Kopano iya muhezi linepo zaliketisa ni kwiseza mupulo kwa kongaonga Kopano yeo yese liyo na ituna kwa Kopano 01 ni Kopano yebusa. Wotembo bayikereze kutarusa kuli Kopano ya NRPUP kachwale ifitsi zetu mboni witumero ku yanaye papata fa Kopano ye kweterela naha mtompe Brian Mundubile kakukona kweza bwipapato obukonsize Kopano ya NRPUP kuzwa number 2 mwaliketsa na heke kuli Kopano neinani fera nilikweli zetalo hanekena mwaliketisa.
We commend and congratulate our presidential candidate, Honorable Brian Mundubile, and his running mate, Honorable Makebi Zulu, for a spirited campaign. As a party that is less than 3 months old, we are proud. From zero, we are now the main opposition political party with over 60 members of parliament, several mayors, council chairpersons, and councillors across the country. This is no small achievement. We also congratulate President Hakainde Hichilema and the UPND on their victory. We congratulate the over 60 NRPUP MPs, council chairpersons, mayors, and councillors across the country. The way forward. The election is over. It is time for Zambia to focus on development. We call on all Zambians to give President Hichilema and the UPND space to work, and as we offer checks and balances, we let norms prevail and let's engage in parliament and other establishment democratic platforms. As the official opposition, NRPUP will provide checks and balances to ensure accountability and good governance. In conclusion, we urge all our members nationwide to desist from any form of political violence. Democracy is about respecting the will of the people.
Bo Bishop Daniel Like bakelekea New Covenant Fellowship Church banyazize misunga ibiretengi mwariketsa zawo no mwaha zana mwingerele mibakupire bazure mubano nibao babaruzize liketsa kubukereza kozo nitamahano mwahalabona bo mtangamule mu babulelezi mazi mwangala Bulozi mwangamboro ya faluwa elekoli hakuna kufapana mwalitaba za politiki kwa kusondera kutisalifu la mutu. Bo Bishop Like bakupire babazure mubano kwambuka kufirikanya ni kushenda ola bao ni bakanganisana nibona kono bakone kubupa kozo ni kubona salilato kubona kutalasa nibona kibana bana ha Zambia batokwa kukutekiwa.
Indeed, Zambia is at a delicate moment. We can tell even from the recent reporting which indicate that the 2026 election aftermath has included violence, has included arrests, disputes, over the electoral process and a planned legal challenge to the presidential results. As the church, we desiriously take a clear, courageous and non-partisan position. Why? Because the church belongs to Christ, not to a political party. We will stand for truth, justice, peace, human dignity, constitutional order, reconciliation. We will condemn in strongest terms all wrongdoing, regardless of who commits it, and we will refuse, to become an instrument of political hatred or violence. Human life is sacred. No election, political office or political disagreement is worth a human life. Violence is never the answer. An urgent appeal to both the winners and losers. Let me start with the winning side. We want to congratulate all the winners because the people have spoken. But please do not humiliate those who lost. Don't gloat. Reach out to your opponents and listen to their concerns and assure them that they remain citizens with equal dignity. To the losing side, I know it's very painful, but if you believe the election was flawed, use the law. That's why the law is there. Use it. Gather evidence, present it before the appropriate institutions and courts, and allow the legal processes to determine the matter. Do not allow disappointment to become violence. Let me also make an urgent appeal to the ordinary Zambians. My friends, do not allow politicians to turn you against your fellow Zambian, especially youths. Please avoid being used as a tool of violence. You end up losing life, a young life. Meanwhile, the same person that sent you will be at home drinking tea.
Mungoli yomuhulu wa muso mwa Bulozi bosi momo akaperwa bafitize bwitumiro babona kwasicha basa Bulozi kakubukereza kozo liketsa lisikakarakale mwanako yaliketsa manene hasamulaho waliketsa hama uchwalo nika kukamuha kabungata kuyobota kwambola kwa mukitinyana wakuchala likota kakulemu hakukutsezwa fasipula kwa mwetereli hakaine hichirema bwakaperwa baize Bulozi chwale buswanira kwiseza muhupulo kwa kuchala likota ili kutinisa mishitu yefelile kulemiwa likota. Ni akulichwalo bomasiye mulela ili bao baemera litabaza kuchala likota balumbire mwetereli hakainde hichirema kakutisa likolo la sifumu sestala nilalanda ili ntowe bonsa chiseho nitundamo ya muso kwa kuseleleza lilalanda.
The peaceful conduct witnessed in Western Province during and after the general election has been welcomed as a reflection of the province's commitment to maintaining peace and stability. Provincial Permanent Secretary Semomo Akaperwa has thanked residents for maintaining peace throughout the electoral period, while also commending them for turning out in large numbers to exercise their right to vote.
I say thank you very much for your efforts during the last 90 days of election campaigns, for the peace you maintained over the period and which we continue to enjoy now. Thank you very much for your efforts, and thank you very much for your turning out in very large numbers to vote.
Akapelwa was speaking during a tree planting ceremony held in honor of President Hakainde Hichilema following his re-election. He says the province must now shift its attention towards restoring forests and increasing the number of trees planted across the region.
Now, today's event, Mr. Mulele and myself have an outstanding engagement to go to Luvuva, to a patch of forest, a piece of forest they have given him to try to reforest. We shouldn't forget the event, the declaration of yesterday that President Hakainde has been re-elected, and then he has the chance to continue with the progressive and developmental ideas he has. So we must have a signpost or a mark. So let's plant the Hakainde Hichilema orange. Let's continue with that spirit of planting indigenous trees. They can grow.
A farmer and green champion, Masiye Mulela has praised President Hakainde Hichilema for establishing the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, describing the move as a clear indication of government's commitment to protecting the environment.
To greet the President for his re-election and thank him for establishing the Ministry of Green Economy and Environment, to which us green champions belong. To realize the value of what we have, some plants, some grasses, everything we have has very good value, medicinal values, food values.
The call now is for the renewed focus on environmental protection to translate into sustained tree planting and restoration efforts across Western Province. Siyoto Akawana, Bulozi TV News, Western Province.
Msori kubuha tukiso ya makande amwaviki mi lwazo la pili ni tukiso ya luna. Watu wapila mwasikiriti samungu babonisize tabo yabona kakoli baipapati bene babata kuba yemela mwandu ya milao ni mwamilonganyana bazure mubano mwaliketsa za onomwaha mwanga mboloni babiba makande bamaze mwanga Bulozi sicha babayize koli baiketeze bayiteli bakengisa milelo yabona yazuro pili yabanani mibayikeleze kukupa bayiteli babona kutaleleza lisepiso zene baitamile kaluchi kanako yabuipapato.
The campaign period may be over, but for the newly elected leaders in Mongo, the real test is only beginning. Residents are welcoming the outcome of the parliamentary, mayoral and local authority elections, saying the victory of their preferred candidates reflects the confidence they placed in them at the ballot.
Miro votezi batu bale bende batokwala kuli na Western Province lubalatile kulibabe fateni fakuli batu babotele baba winile kikuta osakuli ne muluse pisa kuba hande ne muluse pisa kulweza zende ne muluse pisa bunde.
The residents say their decisions were influenced by the ideas, plans and manifestos presented to them during the campaign period. But now, the votes have been counted and the leaders declared victorious. The residents want the campaign promises to move from political rhetorics to action.
Mikahol kupa minaba iterele baba wenyewe. Lukupa kuli mweze lisepisiza za minazele musepisiza za. Kuli kusike kwa bahape kunyaza kuli kambe niweze chwana, kambe niweze chwana. Zeze kuli baba mbaba sikeba fita, zeze kuli ma previous basikeba fita. Kwa kweza kuna nifo banyazize fone basepisize kuli rukaeza kono bapalezo chalo kupa kumina baba fitire fa luna ba Mungu lwa mikupa mubonise bunde kwasichaba musike mwa bafokolisa musike mwa bakutisa mamulao musike mwatisa kuli bakwe nyazo kwa mafelezo kuli kantimane kambe weze chwa otire ulikatata ubotire katata chero batakuli mavoti aru nasika ayambango abona ali kuli kuda nsesika izahala mumsikamo barutuse ruli kuli ubona ali kununa mama ketiazi unakuna bale kisasi cho kona kuli uswana kuli nuna mfane tuso
kakaswana yakulwanira bona kibona abaswana yakulwanira kakuli kwale kwa fita kwa parliament unalo fiti kwa teni chale kakuba bona abantu beluketire kuli bakone kulwanira amubone ni market yao naye moibonalira aibonali hande kafa bazabasona kuberekera fateni zeo batatu baluweze zelika reception ne balusepisa kazona kamba basike ba latera baba paizi kweza likaze batokwa batu bona batakuti munga upiro mulimo abafukiseze moya ono chwala lubata kulibalweze zelika zende ingezene inoti kutomena zene baeza baba mukuli amuka baiseza maikutu akuna ze baeza baswanela kulukisa likazende ze batabela sichaba noti kutoya batu kahufera ne kufitona mu market nebe kuzusa batu ababazusi
saru kupaka kwa bateri baona baba kitwe kataki kuli bana bamira bamiketire kuli mubayemere mama kukafera muri te mubasebeleze mama kukafera mama community muri te mi hakuna zanga tuzo kuna kubula ku muswali sana nibona batu baba bamiketire kuli babona bitamo bwa mina bona mbase pisa kuli ni kunano habwino wasichaba nina hakusisa kulifapata.
The people say they have given their mandate and they now expect results in return. Mike Moya for Bulozi TV News in Mongo District, Western Province.
Bene babanga baitereli ba mulonganyana wa Mungu bonyambe muyumbana batarosize koli bananisepo tuna kulinaha ikabona zoro pili tuna mwapuso ya bubeli ya mtompeyi Hakainde Hichilema kakulu mali musalabona latabo ni kulakaleza muyumbana baize sichava sketile mutompe hichilema bakengesa zulopili yeo atisize mwapuso ya haye ya pili mini akuli chwalo muyumbana basusuwelize babanja kusaikingira mulawa mwamazoho yabona abanze batabira chwalo kono baswanira kukumalela moya watamahano nililato.
As congratulations keep pouring in from various institutions and citizens for the President-elect Hakainde Hichilema in the 2026 general election, the former mayor of Mungu, Nyambe Muyumbana, has expressed confidence that a lot of developmental projects will be implemented in the second term of the United Party for National Development UPND second term administration.
This term is not only for him, but it's for all of us Zambians because of what we have seen in his first term. Unprecedented development. And so we are excited that the Zambians have again entrusted him with the highest office of the land. And for me, as former Mungu mayor, I'm more than hopeful that we are yet to see a lot in terms of development in Mungu, Western Province, and Zambia at large.
In his message of congratulations to the Republican President of Zambia, Muyumbana also urged the youths to uphold peace and unity as they celebrate the victory of President Hichilema.
We also want to request our people, the youth, as they celebrate, they shouldn't take the law into their own hands. Let's not fight those that have lost, but let's embrace them, continue preaching to them the message of love, the hard work of President Hakainde Hichilema, so that even them, they can be converted and start supporting his end.
The former mayor also extended his congratulations to the newly elected mayor of Mungu, Suasanyambe Muvyana, newly elected members of parliament, councillors and other positions in the United Party for National Development UPND party in the province and pledged to support them as they continue fostering development. Njimonyasi Aminwe, Bulozi TV News, Mungu, Western Province.
Mi halufeleleza tukiso ya makande amwabiki. Chaziva walitava za kuyepa butale ya pila kwa mfulira wochauzi mulila baize kuchumbula mikwa yoba yepi butale babaye fasikala sesinyani kubutokwa hulu haiba na Zambia ibata kufita fasikonkwani kuyepa butale ufita fa 3 million metric tons kasili mosa 2030. Kakuya kali nomboro za muso na Zambia ikonele kuyepa butale wakopa ufita fa 447,100 metric tons hala alichika la silimo sa 2026 ilikekezo hakubapanywa na kweswa na silimo sangohora. Kuambola ni mazimwangala abulozi bo mulila baize muso oswanila kwa kufisa zuropili ya mikoti yemincha ni kuchimbola mikwa ya kuyepa kayo na butale ilinto yekatiseza kuli na Zambia ikone kulekisalika zepangile fa butale wakopa kwande anaha kufita kulekisafela butale ubusika shengununwa.
Initially, production was coupled with energy when we had the drought, but that is not a factor because despite that, mines were still supplied with electricity because you cannot stop production completely. I think by what is critical is affecting production is the issue of mechanization. You know, mining has become a critical component of economic emancipation for most countries. So what we needed to do is to ensure that we provide mechanization, which is actually technologically built up. Modern technology has to do with the production levels. But if we don't put up the production schedules and technical report that mining companies are supposed to provide, it becomes a problem. We also need to ensure that the employment is coupled with good remuneration for workers. We experience job drain, people going outside the country. It's because of the conditions of service. Also, we need to ensure that we actualize the newly opened up mining companies and finance them adequately. Yes, we may need the foreign direct investment, but government can also plow money into mining companies, which they can even retain Zambian mining companies that can be wholly operated by Zambians themselves. The other thing is, of course, value addition to our minerals, so that we export finished products as opposed to always exporting raw materials. This can also make sure that local resource mobilization is increased. Also, we take care of environmental social governance. We need to do the production coupled with taking care of the environment. Once these issues are looked at, then production can drastically go up.
Likandelani lilufitize kwa mafelelezo atukiso ya makande amwahala abiki konoruska ya kale halutalimene hape falitoho zepanga makande. Bazamai ba 34 mwa Mungu babanduka mwakozi hasamulaho ambasi ne bazamaya kayona kutumbuka mulilo. Sicha basamungu sifitsa pizo ya zoropili kumweteleli hichilema. NRPUP ilumira linepo zaliketsa mifitsa tumbo kumweteleli hichilema. Keleke inyaza mifilifili yali politiki mifitsa pizo ya kozo ni tamahano. Mwakona kubuhali tukiso zaluna kaufela ili fatopsa fampwito ya 120 mwali wakaze tatama. Mungu limulunga kalabo likaloze ngwi za sinanga lusaka lufunsa chongwe chilanga mane niliwaka zengwi zenzima bapa. Musakona kulubuha nifa Facebook ilifarike pelalona la Bulozi TV. Hamo cholo nifa YouTube channel yalona Bulozi TV. Fapila abomanjinela bofanwe opiri yanambalela makande ama halabiki kina Nathan akufuna wa mndila lumila kareza kozo litumezi.
Healthness Medical Center, nurturing health, empowering lives. At Healthness Medical Center, we provide high-quality, accessible healthcare for individuals, families, and the wider community in Mungu and beyond. We focus on preventive care, offering blood pressure, diabetes and cholesterol checks, HIV counseling and testing, and community health education programs. Our outpatient and maternal child health services support families with general consultations, antenatal and postnatal care, child growth and monitoring, nutrition counseling, and family planning. Our laboratory services provide routine tests, rapid diagnostics, and selected specialized tests, while our pharmacy ensures timely access to medicines with professional guidance. HealthNest is also here during emergencies, providing 24/7 care, stabilization, first aid, and referral